Google parent Alphabet shares trading higher today ahead of the company's second quarter report tomorrow after the markets close. Artificial intelligence spending, along with management's efforts to monetize those investments, are expected to be key topics on the call. Joining us now with thoughts on the AI space is XIA, an award-winning AI expert and CEO of AI consulting firm Malo Santo. Good to see you. So I wonder, XIA, if security might actually take a more prominent role in this call, because there's rumor out there that if there's a Wiz acquisition to be done, it might get announced on this call, and then because of what we saw out of CrowdStrike last week.
Definitely. I believe that cybersecurity is going to be a key factor in all earnings reports for companies moving forward after the CrowdStrike failure that happened last week, which resulted in global outages. I think Alphabet has always been a leader in the cybersecurity space. When we look back at their Q1 earnings reports, it really was their cloud gains that drove a lot of that new revenue that allowed them to go almost 25% up year over year. And those cloud gains were the introduction of tools to be able to accelerate AI adoption within an enterprise, but also tools to secure the adoption of those AI tools within enterprise. So I think that we're really coming into an age where we're going to see a lot more AI and cybersecurity conversations go hand in hand, from both protecting the traditional infrastructure, but also from protecting the algorithms itself. And Alphabet stands to be a leader in that space.
Do you think the CrowdStrike disaster has an impact on perception of AI? Because I heard a few people say, well, how come AI didn't prevent this? But it seems to me like the bigger question might be, might AI do something like this in the future? And then the provenance of something falling apart is even harder to trace. Oh, who put that patch out? Well, I don't know. Actually, the software did it by itself.
Oh, 100%. I think that there's always a fear that the machines can make the same mistakes that humans make. And if folks don't have the ability to understand why their algorithms are making the decisions that they make, then they do run the risk of things like, hey, it made a decision I don't understand and I don't know how to repair it. However, with CrowdStrike in particular, the reason why the failure happened was not because of AI at all. And the question of why didn't AI prevent it goes back to the EU's anti-competition agreement that they made with Microsoft back in 2009, where they forced Microsoft to allow different providers to be able to access what they call the kernel level changes, which are system deep level changes inside of Microsoft Windows systems. And so CrowdStrike, which is a third-party software provider, runs this cybersecurity software that basically goes in and every couple hours a day shoots out updates that update that kernel level change so that it can monitor for better cybersecurity vulnerabilities or potential malware. And what happened was they made a kernel level change that they didn't practice rolling out correctly. They tested it correctly, but didn't test how they rolled it out. And so it ended up locking a bunch of devices. Now, because CrowdStrike has most of their clients are almost exclusively businesses, even though only 1% of the computers that run their software were affected in this, we saw global outages. So it brings to question, what responsibilities do enterprises have to be able to test things before they deploy them when their impact can be so big, whether that's an algorithm or a cybersecurity update?